Says, do you try to shy away from telling people you're a reseller when buying at yard sales? Hey, I have a question from Win D. I've been stocking up on toys and other gift ideas for Q4. Would you suggest leaving the items in my store at a higher price until Q4 and then lowering the prices if needed, or would you suggest offering lower prices now? And then they give me an example of the deal. It's Paw Patrol Jumbo Jet Command. And so, there's not a silver bullet for this one. So I'm just going to say there's no time like the present. You just never know what the future's going to bring. So, there's an old saying about a bird in hand is worth two in the bush. And I think that is true. Old sayings are old sayings for a reason. That's what I tell my students most of the time. There's a little bit of wisdom in some of those old sayings. So even if you could get a little bit more money, which is conceivable, you could get a little bit more money. And so I don't want to say that I'm definitely right all the time here, but even though you could possibly get a little bit more money in the future, having that profit and having that money in hand is pretty good because, I don't know what your financial situation is, but if you have, there's an opportunity cost to having that money tied up. Maybe you could take that money and reinvest it and flip something else. Now, if you've got, unlimited resources and you're willing to wait for top dollar and you can still garner every single opportunity out there and flip those too, then maybe you do that. But like I said, I think there's no time like the present. I'd rather make a quick buck as long as it's comparable. It needs to be comparable to what you would get in the future. Betting on the come is not exactly my style. That's not how I like to do it. Now, it has burned me a couple times in the past with certain items that are hot items at Christmas. I don't know about that one. That's an interesting one. But there's my answer. I'd love to hear your comments below if y'all would tell me if I'm wrong, tell me if I'm right. Question from Pickin' Ain't Easy. And the question is, have you ever accidentally broken something at a yard sale? Specifically a valuable item. Are you assuming that I haven't purposely broken something in a garage sale? Because, no, I'm kidding. Not that I recall. I just can't, I have to think about it a little bit, but I don't think that I have ever broken anything at a garage sale. Let me know. Has anybody broken anything? You break it, you buy it. Have you ever broken anything? And what was it? Tell us in the comments below. Hey, I have another question from Wendy right here. She says, I don't know why I keep saying Wendy because it says Wendy. I'm assuming it's Wendy, but, I just reading it like I see it, I guess. And this is your second question. So, by the way, thank you. You're always here and you're always commenting, and we appreciate you. When you see a shoebox, when you use a shoebox from USPS, what do you choose for the price? I see flat rate, small, medium, or large. None of the above. I don't choose anything when I use that box. No, I don't. I'm trying to think maybe, if it fit into a region A, I might do a 2-pound rate, or if it fit into something. But that's not true. If it's something that fits into that box, it's going to be something that I ship out at a calculated shipping price, more than likely. However, if it is an item that fits in that box that weighs like 4 or 5 pounds, I will put in the calculated shipping, I will put 2 pounds because I know that I can get it in a region A box. So that's a little twist to it. But I don't choose any of those things. I do calculated shipping. I have a question from Hannah here, and she says, do you try to shy away from telling people you're a reseller when buying at yard sales? I always feel like a little bit awkward, and I shouldn't tell them if at all possible. I think maybe I feel like I won't get as good of a deal. So anyway, hey, and there were some other people that commented on your question, and I can't remember what video this was on. I just did a quick little snapshot when I saw it because I knew I wanted to answer it because so many people were commenting on it. And I'd love to hear your comments below. Now, for me, it's a little bit different because, I've got a GoPro, on my backpack strap right here. And so people are like, and I've got like a cash bag here. My uncle calls it a purse, call it what you want. And so people are like, who's this nut anyway? So I don't know. For me, I don't wear it on my sleeve. You know, I don't have a t-shirt that says I'm a reseller, you know. But I'm not going to hide it, and I'm not going to lie to people about it. And I think there may have been some times in the past. Matter of fact, I know there has been a few, because I remember them, where I probably haven't got as good of a deal. So I'm not saying that's not a concern, but overall, when people know you're a reseller, my experience is that it opens up a bigger door. Even like a long-term connection, because I've made a few of those over the years as well. And I even ask questions, and you see other, you know, hey, do you have video games? Do you have this? Do you have that? And I've had people go into their house and bring stuff out. And, you know, sometimes I'll just flat tell them, like, look, I would love to buy this thing. Here's your price. This is what it's going for. I would be willing to pay this much for it if you're willing to do it. Because I can make, you know, I can make this much on it if you're willing to do it. And sometimes it's a yes. So I think it can help you and hurt you. I wouldn't walk around with a sign, though. Anyway, I hope that answers your question. Thank you. Question from Jack Doodles. Let me read it real quick here. It says, how did you get Boots and his mother, that's Pepper, since they are both ear-tipped? Did you T&R them, or did they just show up at your house? So, well, from my standpoint, they just showed up at my house. From Blue Ridge Mama's standpoint, she drove past them for like 4 straight days and saw them whimpering and just, you know, and she knew that I wouldn't want her to bring home these cats. But she just couldn't take it anymore. Reagan just couldn't take it anymore. These stray cats, somebody just dumped them out there, a bunch of cats, and they are all kind of scurried away. But these 2 particular cats, every time my wife and my daughter would go past that road, the bridge, it's really, matter of fact, it's when you see the water at the end of the videos, some of that is right there. So it's a place we go by often. And these poor, sad little cats got skinnier and skinnier. And so she just couldn't help it. She put them in the car, and she brought them home. And before I knew it, they were off to the vet, because they have some kind of a program where they'll do everything that they need to for these cats for free. But they have to clip their ears so that, you know, there's a cat problem around here. Not right around here, but in this county, because people just dump them off at the dumps and different stuff. And so to do all that and not euthanize these cats, they would clip their ears. And that way you could release them. Well, she told them, hey, we're going to keep these things anyways. And to get the program, that's what they had to do. I'm not exactly sure, but I think that's about what they do around here. And so that's where the ear clipping came from. And at that point, I had no choice. I had 2 new cats. So hopefully that answers your question. Thanks. Just one little caveat right there. I just want to say that Pepper is the most awesome cat I've ever been around in my life. I love that cat. And I don't even like cats. So, there you go. I don't know about the Boots. Hey, question from Chris, and I'm going to do this question right here by my boxes, all my beloved free boxes. I guess they're not all free. He says, do you think there's going to be a change in the policy for USPS priority mail boxes being free in the future? I don't know. I've heard rumbling about that for quite a while. I have never personally seen that anywhere, as far as in an article or anything coming from the post office, so I'm not aware of it. But I hoard it up here just in case. Actually, I don't hoard it. I just have plenty because I don't want to run out, and I get a little nuts when I think I'm going to run out of something, so I go ahead and order some more. If there's anything y'all know out there, any viewers know out there, tell us in the comments and let us know anything official. But I have not personally seen that, nor do I think that's going to happen. But I will tell you this, as a history teacher, everything changes. Always. Things always fall apart. Sometimes it takes 5 years, sometimes it takes 20, sometimes it takes 500, sometimes it takes 1,000. But things fall apart eventually. That's just the nature of things. So eventually, someday, somewhere, somehow, there won't be a USPS free box for us to use anymore. In case you're wondering, these are my daughter's right here. She leaves everything everywhere. And so she was in here with Turner doing something. I'm not quite sure, while I was sitting out there. And she left her giant thing of cheese balls, which she probably shouldn't be eating that many. But nonetheless, it was her birthday today. I don't know when you're going to see this, but so I guess we let her eat tubs of cheese balls on her birthday. Here's the question, and it's a good question, and it is, I need to ask an unrelated question. And the question is from Mac. If you offer free shipping because you know you can mail it first class, what do you do on multiple listings when a customer buys more than one item and those items weigh, say, 10 ounces and now you're up to 20 ounces and you have to do priority mail? If I offer free shipping, am I now responsible for shipping it another way? No, I mean, it's a good question. So you've got to... You could simply ship them separately first class, and there's no problem there whatsoever. Now, if somebody's asked for a reduction in shipping costs or something, you might want to explain to them, hey, you know, this one was going to ship for $4, this one was going to ship for $4. Now they're, from 2 first class items, they're going to priority, and they're going to ship for $7.88, so I can't really give you a discount. Then that would be acceptable. I don't see, however... I don't see an item going too much more expensive than that. I can't see you saying, hey, this was going to cost $5 to ship first class. This is going to cost $4.70, and now all of a sudden you're going to spend $20. I don't see how that's a possibility. I suppose it's a possibility. I haven't really processed it. But if that's the case, just ship them separately first class. And you're fine. That'd be the cheapest way to ship them, I suppose. So, at any rate, hopefully I've got that one right. Let me know if I'm right or wrong on that one, but I think I'm right. Thanks. All right, I was going to put this away, but I saw one more question. This is from Ron. He says, what does the full sign in the eBay cave say? I'll try being nicer if you try being smarter. That's what the rest of the sign says. I bought that from Dirt Road Treasures, and I just thought it would fit perfectly right up there, and... maybe it was an accident that the last word or two is left off in most of the videos. Or maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Ron, thanks for the question.